All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. If you're in a different city, maybe a different country, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and maybe it might be good night. Not sure, but whatever the case, we say hello to everybody. All right. As I stated, I won't be long today as I adopted the posture of sharing as I've been doing, but less in terms of content as well as time. So I forego the normal good morning, calling out names. And so if you're going, I strongly suggest you get on here early, 7 o'clock, this Central Standard Time. You get it from the beginning, and it's going to be short to the point, but it'll be a nugget. It'll be a nugget that you can take with you today. All right. So let's get started. This is third lesson on start today. Start today. All right. So I've given you a couple of thoughts. I think it was, matter of fact, be the best version of yourself was Monday. Wednesday was stop being a people pleaser. And today is stop playing the victim game. All right. Put your seatbelt on. It's going to get a little turbulent, like like the pilot on the plane. He says we're going to go through some turbulence and stay connected. Keep your seatbelt on because it's a little turbulence. All right, here we go. Listen, y'all. Listen to me. Listen. This is 2023. All right. Time waits on no one. You can choose to avoid personal growth, personal development, and that's your prerogative. You can do that. But just understand in your future, you'll be living a life of regret. That's right, because you miss opportunities. Okay, so stop playing the victim mentality. Man, who don't have issues? Who's not going through something? Who isn't being persecuted? I mean, who isn't? All right. So it's just an interesting thought. The victim mentality is a personality trait in which a person recognizes themselves as a victim of the negative actions of others or bad things that have happened to them. Now, this is important. Why it's important. I know we church folk and we believe in God and the spiritual thing. I'm all for that. But there's a part of all of us that is intrinsically a part of our fabric. It's called a personality. So it is a personality trait. It's not okay. Let me give you a definition. Personality traits reflects people's characteristic patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Now, this is important. Personality trait reflects people's characteristic patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. So this is not a one time, one moment expression. This is a personality trait, victim mentality. All right. Here again, stop today. Stop. You're not a victim. All right. So victims believe they have no control over life situations or outcomes, so they shed responsibility. People who adopt a victim mentality are classic examples of pessimists. Victims play the blame game and take no responsibility for what they are going through. Victims play a self pity role. Can I go deeper? Victims tend to demonstrate self harming ways. Victims tend to demonstrate self harming ways. In other words, they do it to themselves, they harm themselves. They refuse to analyze their actions, they don't critically think in terms of cause and effect. They don't question what happened to the degree that they begin to, look at the path and the pattern and how did I get here. They don't. They won't. They won't analyze. their actions. They get defensive and dismiss suggestions. They develop a negative opinion about any person who suggests change. Victims are notorious for having pity parties. So I'm going to give you a couple of quotes. This is Aaron Cummins, and it states, at the end of the day, you are solely responsible for your success and your failure. And the sooner you realize that you accept that and integrate that into your work ethic, you will start being successful. As long as you blame others for the reason you aren't where you want to be, you will always be a failure. Well, the white folk won't help me. The white people won't help me. They did this and that. No. Let me go a little deeper. Listen to this. Listen. We are taught, this is Catherine, this is a quote. We're taught you must blame your father, blame your sisters, blame your brothers, the school, the teachers, but never blame yourself. It's never your fault. Check this out. This is the deep part of it. But it's always your fault. Because if you wanted to change, you're the one who has got to change. Stop it today. Stop it. It's always your fault if you don't change. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. It is always your fault if you don't change. It is never another person's fault if you choose not to change. So stop blaming other people for your unwillingness to look at yourself and change. It's not your mother's fault, your brother's fault, your sister's fault, your wife's fault, your husband's fault, your children's fault, your boss's fault, your pastor's fault. It's your fault. Now, it's not your fault your daddy wasn't there. That's not your fault. I got that story. That's my story. But it's my fault if I don't do what's necessary to be a better version of my daddy. That's my fault. That's my fault. Let me close with this thought. Romans 12:2. New Living Bible says it like this. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. So in order for me to know God's will, I got to go through a transformation. My way of thinking has to change in 2023. You can't learn God's will if you're not willing to change. And you certainly won't change as long as you think that you're a victim of everybody else's actions. That's real talk with the bishop. Got to go, you all. Got to go. 2023, it's listen to me. It's tough. It's tough. If you want a happy meal, if you just want a snack, you might want to listen to somebody else. I'm not the snack preacher. I'm not the snack public speaker and the motivational coach. That's not my DNA. Because I know what it takes to win. I've been tried in the fire. I know what it takes. That's real talk, man. It's never been easy. It won't be easy. When you go to a therapy center, whether it's physical or occupational therapy, anytime you step into a therapeutic environment, there is going to be pain associated with it. I don't know of a time I've gone to physical therapy and some element of pain was not associated with it. I don't know of a time I've gone to counseling and it wasn't painful. That's why you went to counseling. That's why you go. It's okay. Accept the pain. Accept the fact today I have to stop thinking like a victim. God bless you. Let's get the word out, man. Have a wonderful weekend. I want to invite you to church Sunday morning. Those in the city, those in a different city, you can watch me on the Believers Temple web page as well as the Facebook page. We're going to do this thing, man. We're doing this thing, talking about resurgence. It's a new season, you all. It's time to shift. God bless you.